Morning to one and all. This is Dr. P. Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in MBA Department in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal in Hyderabad. So now we come across some of the pricing strategies. So in that some more or left, like transfer pricing strategy. So already we have seen in our last video relating to the bundle pricing and also the promotional pricing and also the psychological pricing strategies. So along with that, some more pricing strategies are there where we can identify in the market. Why? Because the external environment is always dynamic. So one pricing or some type of pricing strategies are not suitable for all the products. So the nature of the products will be differ with the different types of pricing strategy. That's why we have a large amount of the strategies where we can identify in the market. So these another important strategy relating to this was a transfer pricing. So transfer pricing refers to the prices of the goods and services that are exchanged between the companies under common control. Means when the goods and services has been formed, maybe we can see like MNCs, multinational companies, or the companies which are having subsidiaries, means lot of branches. They will transfer the goods between one branch to the another or one company to the another, but they are having in a common control or maybe belongings to one company only. Maybe when we see like a Tata company. So Tata is in a large producer of different types of variety of the goods. So when we transfer one goods to the one Tata company to the another branch, so they will have a transfer pricing. So that price where it was exchanged between one company to another or one type of shopping to the another, when there is a common control, we'll call it as a transfer pricing. So example, like if a subsidiary company sells goods or renders the services to holding it company or the sister company, the price charges is referred as the transfer pricing. Means as we can say, this is related to the MNCs, that is multinational corporations. So the multinational corporations, the company's control will be at a one country, production will be another country, and the selling and the distribution of the goods will be the another country. So here the country will distribute its total network in 2 to 3 nations. So at this time, when the goods are produced at one, maybe it itself will transfer to the another company of the another nation. We'll call it as a transfer price. The price which was there help in case of transferring from one branch to the another or one company to the another of same nature, then we'll call it as a transfer pricing. So anti-dumping is a common sales where you refer that it is ultimately controlled by the single parent company. Whence this transfer pricing, when I say about these MNCs, related to the one parent company or maybe related to the one management. So the management is same. So the same management. But here the goods will be transferred from one company to the another. The price which is required in transferring these goods, we'll call it as a transfer pricing. So in multinational corporations, we use this transfer pricing as a method of allocating the profits. Means these prices what the transfer price what we used in selling the goods from one company to the another, it's a method where we can allocate the profits. Means it is a price where we can use before interest and taxes. Means they don't charge the interest and taxes when they are transferring their own goods to one parent to its sister concerned company. Means in the government view, the taxation and interest rate not at all be noted among their various subsidiary organizations. Means it is like a free, as I am transferring the product from myself from one part to the another part. So there will not be any charges or any interest or maybe the taxation will be done when one parent company has been transferred it in a subsidiary company. So this will comes under the transfer pricing. So these transfer pricing where it offers is having many type of advantages. Maybe from the company offering like tax perspective. The main thing what we have discussed, the transfer pricing means we'll transfer the product and its price before the tax has been charged. So tax and interest rates are not there. So we can get a tax exemption when the same product produced at one place and distributed its company in a different nations or the different states, automatically we will get a tax exemption. So although regulatory authority often put in a manipulation of transfer price, but its main thing is to avoid the taxes. So these transfer price help us to avoid or get a tax relaxation for the companies. And at the same way, these legal transfer pricing make advantages of different tax regimes which are offered by the produced in the countries with a lower tax rates. Means once we want to sometimes we go for changing the tax regime, or maybe sometimes we avoid the taxes, or sometimes by the help of this transfer pricing where we can go for lowering our taxation in the tax perspective. So that's why this transferring price is very much important for the multinational corporations when they want to transfer the goods from one type of country utilization to the another country. And at the same way, some companies even lower their expenditure in transferring the related transactions by avoiding tariffs on goods and services when they have been exchanged at an international level. Means the company's main aim is to sell more or more sales volume to be done at a lower price. Automatically profits will increase. So when I want to go at an international level, selling of the goods and services widely of an international services, then the tariffs means the taxations what we should pay at an international level. By exchanging through transfer pricing, we can decrease the tariffs, or sometimes the tariffs will be removed, and only with the price, transfer price only, we are able to sell the products. And at the same way, the international taxation has governed by OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So these OECD having an auditing firms and reviews and audits the financial statements of MNCs accordingly. Means transfer pricing is a good strategy where when we want to go for MNCs or maybe at an internationally selling of our products, we want to decrease the tax regime, decreases the sales tariffs. And the laws which was provided by the OECD will always review these transfer pricing laws and also assess the financial statements. So in this way, we can see another benefits of transfer pricing, like it helps in reducing the duty cost. Means the total cost or the duty cost by shipping of the goods from one country to another, where the high rates or tariffs were used. With the help of this transfer pricing, lower pricing and lower duties could be based upon the transactions lowered. Means here what happens when we go for these duty cost or shipping cost, when it related to the same company, these types of cost will be decreases. Why? Because it will done in a large sum basis and overall cost will be decreases. And another type of benefits relating to this transfer pricing was reduces the income and corporation taxes. So in high tax countries, by overpricing the goods and transfer to the company with a lower tax, help the companies to obtain their higher profits margin. So as usual, when the cost decreases, the profits will increases. With the help of this transfer pricing, where the countries will decreases the tax regimes or lowers the tax, and automatically the profit volume will be increases. So the above are the some of the advantages which comes relating to the transfer pricing. Now we'll comes across like some disadvantages. So there are also some disadvantages. Maybe the transfer pricing is much useful pricing strategy in case of international environment, but some small disadvantages will also be there with this transfer pricing. So one of the disadvantages where we can say like disagreements within the division of an organization regarding the policies or the pricing transfers. So when we have seen internationally, so the countries will have multilateral and bilateral agreements. Yes, sir. So these tariffs will be there. Yes. So agreements relating to the tariffs, multilateral, bilateral, every country will have its own policies. So all countries doesn't have the same type of exemptions or the price transfers. So maybe one country will get an advantage, some other country may get as a disadvantage. So the internationally these trade and tariffs will not be same, and with these we are able to get sometimes a disadvantage also. Yes. Next disadvantages of this transfer pricing is a lot of additional cost are incurred in terms of time, and also manpower required in executing the transfer price and maintaining the proper accounting systems to support them. Means overall cost will also increases. Maybe we are seeing only the transfer price relating to the discount what we have offered of getting the tax benefits and other. But when we see the manpower assessment is required and the production should be overall be attained, and at the same way accounting systems to be proper, how many goods we are transferring from one section to the another, or one type of branch to the another branch, or one company to their patent. So these good accounting system or the proper maintenance is not there, automatically the organization will follow the losses. So the next disadvantage of this transfer pricing was where it is very complicated and also the time consuming methodology. Why? Because accounting system should be their perfection, and also same way we must and should have a lot of people to arrange the things and make them to identify, and at the same way we required managing human resource to be identified. So gathering of all these maybe involves in additional cost, and also it's a lot of time consuming to identify that perfection is going or not. And another type of disadvantage where we can see that it is difficult to establish prices for intangible items such as services rendered which are not sold externally. So transfer price is very helpful in case of the goods or the product. But when it comes under the in case of services or intangible goods or the services whatever we are unable to touch or see, for that it is difficult to go for the transfer pricing. So these are the some of the disadvantages which we can identify in case of transfer pricing. Now another type of pricing what we can see is multiple pricing. So multiple pricing itself refer to the practices offer more than one price for the product. Means the suppliers charges different prices based upon ordered quantity, type of customer, delivery time and payment terms. Means multiple prices means charging different price to the different consumers or the customers. So these differentiation of the price charged to them may be having based upon the ordered quantity. For example, when we have been ordered a lump sum goods, or maybe when I want to order more goods, the total cost will be decreases. If you ordered at a lesser price, or maybe when I ordered 1 unit or 2 units, they will charge more. If I ordered 100 units, 500 units, automatically overall price will be decreases. So here we will charge to the smaller consumers purchases a one type of price, and ordering at a larger consumers will charge another type of pricing. And based upon the type of the customer also. So type of the customer is a retailer, I'll charge one price. Is a wholesaler, I'll charge another price. And next to delivery timings, as we see these online food delivery apps. So maybe at any daytime when they want to deliver, the delivery cost will be less. But when we order at a midnight or early in the mornings or any other special times, not as a regular time, automatically the price will be increases. Means delivery time is also one of the important thing for multiple pricing. Maybe for that we can see like cabs or other things. When we book at a regular time, the price will be differ. And when we book at nights or early in the mornings, the prices for that cabs will be differ. And another one is payment terms. Means cash payment or the credit payments. So once it is a cash payment, we'll get some sort of discounts, or credit payments, they will add some other charges. So multiple pricing is charging a different pricing to the different customer, maybe based upon these reasons. Along with that, some viewer says that charging a different price to the single product is not at all ethical. But many suppliers follows this one as in order to improve their profits. Why? Because we are serving them at an odd time or the odd venture, then automatically they want to charge more amount and get improved profits. Along with this, the basic idea is to make the best offer of the consumer who doesn't refuse. By offering a spectrum of price, company can serve a more diverse consumer segment and also maximize their profits. Means, as we can see that we'll observe goods which are charged at different prices. So the diverse consumer who want to avail the offers or lower prices, or maybe some sort of consumer segmentation, who want to go for a more diverse consumer segmentation, and they themselves will maximize the profits. So in this way, these multiple pricing will increase the profits by charging a different price to the different consumer. So for example, a small time fruits and vegetable vendor offers different price based upon the quantity. When I take for example 2 govas, maybe he will charge 10 rupees, and maybe when you bargain for 5 govas, maybe he'll charge for 20 rupees. Means 1 gova is extra when I go for 20. So in this way, we want to incentivize the customers to buy more of the product. Similarly, in the flea markets, vendor doesn't have to display. Means the small markets or like fruits, vegetable and other, they don't display the price. Simply by identifying the consumer perception or what consumer want, willingness of the consumer, or maybe sometimes the mood of the consumer, they will catch that one and they will charge differently to the different consumers. So along with that, we can see another example like a tourist. So who are often charges more because they are not aware of the actual value or the price. Means here the tourist doesn't know what is an actual price in that area. So they come as a tourist or the guidance. Then automatically what happens? There are people who are there like hotels or maybe like toys and other for the tourists. They will sell at a higher prices. So and also we have another example like Amazon that offers the different shipping cost based upon the delivery timings. Means if you want a fastest delivery, Amazon will be charged one type of price. If you want a regular delivery, maybe of 5 days or the 6 days, it will charge in another thing, which is in a multiple example. And the offer same. Next, these multiple pricing can also used for several display prices for the same goods. But according to the laws and the regulation act, so the business has more than one price on display of the same item. It must sell the product at a lower price or withdraw the products for the same sales. So these multiple pricing where they doesn't want to display the price and they want to sell differently to different customers. But according to the government laws and the regulations, 100% they should display the price, and if the price is lower or withdraw, they can get out of the product. So along with these advantages and the disadvantages we have seen regarding the multiple pricing. And another important one relating to these pricing strategies was product life pricing. So product life pricing, it's a one type of strategy where it depends upon the life cycle of the product. As we know, this is the life cycle of the product. So where we can say this is the birth stage and this is the growth stage, and where we are able to identify the maturity stage, and where we can have decline and death stage. So where we can see the different stages in the life cycle of a product life cycle. So the product pricing will also be differ or the placed based upon the various segment of this life cycle. So this type of pricing where the selling of the product with high price correlating with the product location of its life cycle means the price will be more when it has been correlated with a segment of the life cycle. So as we have know like four phases of the life cycle like launching or the introduction phase, growth phase, maturity phase and declaration phase. So the business uses these four phases in appropriate manner in order to earn more amount of the profits. So it is better to understand how these life cycle stages will help us in case of discounting or in case of clearance of sales, new versions and marketing and effect of the sales upon the every phase of life cycle. So the company choose this strategy differently, basic or depending upon the market and how the product has been sold. Now we'll see based upon the four stages of the life cycle how we are able to change the prices upon their stages. So first comes as a launch or in a developmental stage. Launch means we can say like a birth stage or how the product was developed in the life cycle when the company first introduced in the market means launching stage is introductory stage. During this stage, the business may record only less sales. Why? Because it is unknown to the people and people are not aware relating the cost, quality and relating to the factors of the product. So based upon that what happens, the sales will be very few. So at this stage, the people or consumers reluctant, not interested to purchase this new product. So it is we should then especially when a product is unique and results in a lower competition but a slower market acceptance means introduction stage where we should make people to well known of the product means what are the unique features of that we should advertise or promote to the consumers. So and we has to identify that what competitor is doing and we should do ahead of the competitors and slowly we want to penetrate the product into the market. So at this early stages or the second stage or the growth stage, at this stage the product life compel launch and the demand for the product and services will be raised. First stage already I gave it a slower introductory price which is a low. But now in the second stage already consumers identified that there is a product or services required to that. And we have promotional stages or advertisement strategies are taken. Then experts will say that these early or the growth stage as a promotional stage and where marketing efforts results in a positive result means maybe we do more promotional activities the sales will be increases. So during this stage the competitors will realize that their product to compare with ours means at the introductory stage competitors just visualize our product. But in the growth stage, what happens? Competitors will go on comparison. What are the advantages and disadvantages of between my product and your product? So where we can go for increased price. And when we comes under the third stage, like maturity stage. So in this maturity stage, where we used to find out the regular pricing phase means once the product was well known, matured, and will skimming the cream from the market, where it represents the plateau in the product sales and awareness. So at this time, the product life cycle where it shows the acceptable sales and also the profit means what target as organization has been set. That target relating to the sales will be reached in case of these mid or matured stages. So this phase may be in the life cycle where the maturity is very high. And I can skim the cream, whoever or there I can sell how many goods they required and I can charge whatever the price in the market and highest profits or highest level of tough competition we can give in the market. And when you comes from the last stage like late or declaration stage, once we reach the maturity stage, what happens in case of maturity stages, all the other people or the other marketers will also view that as we are getting higher profits. Then they started attacking the market and they want to provide the same type of product. When multiple competitors are there, the sales will be distributed among them and starts declining. So we can say this is like a declination stage is the last stage of product life cycle, where we go for like a clearance sales, means by providing offers, so we want to clear the sales. In this, its duration phase and consumer choose an alternative. Once our sales was declining, consumer will go for an alternative technique. So many companies plan to remove the product from this production during this stage, as they experiences a less demand for the product. It means once we ourselves removes the product, means when it comes as a declination stage, we don't get a more revenue. So slowly it was selling, and some people doesn't want. Why? Because competitors came with new features or the new varieties. Then many producers want to remove as the demand was decreases. So in this stage, business may even lose money by when you continue to produce the same type of goods. Means went into the losses. The same when I was maybe in the declaration stage also, when you produce the same quantity of the goods, then automatically the company went into the losses. So these are the phases of the product life cycle, and with this product life cycle, where we have some sort of advantages relating to this product life cycle. So these advantages are maybe like it improves the marketing strategies. So once the phases of the life cycle was understood, automatically the marketing will ads or marketing team will get set time such that they can identify where the product is, and it want to play the strategy based upon the stage of the life cycle. So in a correct pricing, marketing products are achieved with optimal sales. Means it's very important for the marketing team or experts to discuss the different types of prices based upon this life cycle pricing. And another advantages relating to this life cycle pricing was it enhanced the consumer loyalty. Means by providing offers, discounts, or the clearance sales or the best products during the life cycle, companies will increase the customer loyalty or the brand. So once the customer is located and look for that offer when the company is used to provide. And in the same way, another advantage relating to this life cycle product was it was an increases the profits. Means once when we have identified the perfect strategy or the perfect stage of the life cycle, will increase or the decrease price, and we want to sell, we can sell more amount or the volume of the sales, where it can correctly predict the market, and by predicting the market, the total profits will also be increased. And another type of advertisement was it is having more reputed brands. So life cycle pricing is mostly used by the reputed brands, where they want to identify their competitors and what is the stage of our product and what competitor is doing. So based upon that, they want to visualize the product's profits and also the sales. So these reputed brands always consider to be reputing and reliable in case of pricing. So these are the some of the advantage what we have seen in case of product life pricing. And along with that too, we can see that there are some of the disadvantages relating to this product life cycle pricing, as the product life cycle is it's a too clean picture that every product will face these stages: introductory stage, growth stage, maturity, and also the declination stage. So all the companies will go for the same sort of pricing strategies. Sometimes the product sales might never rise. Maybe we go some sort of strategies at introduction stage, or maybe declination stage also. Maybe that may not be work out in case of a real dynamic marketing strategies. Why? Because due to the competitors following the same thing, or competitors will give a variety of the products. So due to the many reasons, sometimes many products has been not successfully targeted this product life pricing. So these are the some of the disadvantage relating to this product life pricing. So up to now, there are the 12 types of product these pricing strategies, whatever we have been came across in the price and its strategical functions. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.